Second game has finished, and Hikaru Nakamura just won against Alexander Morozevich. So can you please tell us what happened? I mean, we missed the end. It seemed that Black had a better position in one moment. What do you think?
Okay, I mean it's just terrible, frankly. I just played very badly from the start. Okay, this is really the first critical position, more or less. Now I just decided to be all creative for no reason. I mean, it's just okay, rook e1 probably is okay, but it's not the best way. If I'm going to play with rook b1, I should just play something like rook b1 and a3, b4 right away instead of wasting the tempo. But okay, this is another idea, but now I have to come up with something. Rook b1 is just bad. It's just really not even a playable move, frankly. Okay, because then everything is very forced up until this, and now b4 only move because this knight takes b5, this knight takes e4. Okay, for example. Okay, I have a few moves first. Okay, I have takes, takes. Okay, I have queen b3. I also have knight takes e8. Of course, king takes f2, just loses immediately. Bishop d4, king f1, queen h4, and just mate. If takes, there's this one, bishop d4. Okay, now, at first I thought I could maybe play this, but I just lose the rook on b1. Takes, bishop takes d1, and just bishop f5, and should be winning quite easily. Originally I wanted to play this because I saw this line with bishop d4, takes, something like queen h4, and I have this move knight f3, and it's enough to draw. I mean, black has to force some kind of perpetual here, and it's just a draw. But the problem is, I think here, just knight d3 is probably very simply winning. Okay, king f1, queen h4 is the usual, and just takes, and the rook on b1, bishop f5 next one, it's just terrible. It should just be losing. So yeah, so that was the first thing I wanted to play, but it just doesn't work, and takes. I mean, black's just much better pawn structure. So basically, I mean, black's should just be much better here out of the opening, and okay, somewhere around here I think it's already very bad. I'm not sure if it's just losing, but it's, I mean, much worse to say the least. Okay, queen f3 is, there's some silly little trick with takes and rook d1, but of course, Alexander doesn't play this b4, d1. Yeah, right around here, I'm not sure bishop d4 is best. I mean, there's so many good moves here, though, that, something has to be winning. I mean, originally I thought maybe even just knight d6, for example, something like this, and just this thing, black has to be much better because I can never get these pawns going. Basically, if I get the pawn to d6, then I'm fine, but here I don't, so. But even this, now I think knight c3 is probably wrong. Here, I thought actually knight a3 was more or less just winning. Okay, if I take, just takes, and the pawn's much too fast. Bishop c3, a2, rook a1, just rook a3, and I can resign. So like here, I probably have to go rook c1, but still, somehow it just, it feels like this should be winning. I don't know. Takes, rook a3 maybe, bishop e3. Maybe I'm still holding, but certainly it's, much better for black. Much easier, and only black has chances. But after this, now it gets very tricky. Still it should be good, but probably rook a4 is a blunder here. Maybe, I don't know, maybe rook a2 is more active, perhaps. Not really sure. Okay, but even rook a4 here, but right around here, it has to be. It still should be better, but rook a6 I think is a blunder. Okay, not objectively a blunder because black's, still can't lose, but after this, it's very difficult.
But could black play bishop g7 after rook a4, knight e3, bishop g7?
Ah, yes, also this one, right. No, yeah, actually this is much better. d6 and something like rook e4, I think. e4, actually no, probably rook takes e4. Oops. Takes e4, something like d7. Rook e6, knight d5, and queen takes d7 is, oh wait, no, actually no, here I have queen e4 first, sorry. But like, for example, I don't know, bishop d4, this is just much better for black. I have some drawing chances because it's going to be 4 against 3, but, once again, it's all one way. Black's the only one with chances. So yeah, okay, but after this, now it gets tricky because, okay, this is the obvious move, but I think after this, just very simply, I'm holding a draw because there's no way. This deep pawn is much too strong, and at some point, for example, c4, d6, queen d7. At some point, I'll just play h3 and rook c1, and I just change the d pawn for the c pawn, and it's just an easy draw. Okay, but after this, yeah, now it's suddenly it's already getting tricky. I mean, black's still okay, but it's not. I mean, once I'm able to exchange a pair of rooks, it becomes a lot easier for me to play. I mean, it's. I mean, already here, I'm not sure that I'm even worse anymore. Okay, takes, queen b6, g3, and I mean, okay, queen b2 is the only try to get an advantage. I mean, otherwise I'm just going to go queen d3, f4, king g2, and it's just much better. But somewhere around here, I mean, maybe it's still, maybe just bishop d4 is much more logical, and just to hold the position. Because I'm not really sure what I can do either. I mean, queen d3 and just, I don't know, rook somewhere, maybe rook d8. And probably something like we both just start waiting or something. I mean, just something simple. Should be enough still, but okay. Now after bishop h6, f4, I assume Alexander missed this because now it's very dangerous, because once I'm able to get f4, e5, d6, this bishop suddenly is completely out of the game, and now this pawn on c3 is completely useless. So, okay, rook takes e4 is just a big blunder. But already it's I mean, very, very difficult to play. I mean, I'm sure the computer will say it's completely equal still after something like f6, but for a human it's very difficult. I mean, for example, this is the logical move. After this, d6 takes, d7, rook d8, queen d6. Suddenly, it's. I mean, I think black might already be losing here. It's very, very, very dangerous. So I mean, something like f6 and I guess d6, queen b7. But I mean, still to create this weakness, to create these weaknesses, maybe rook a7. I mean, it's very difficult for a human to play. I mean, but after this, it's just just d6 and the pawn can't be stopped. And it's just completely lost. Okay, rook d4 takes. I mean, for example, actually when I saw this, I also saw that after d6, something like. But actually, the big problem is something like this just doesn't work. So I can simply come back to a1, and okay, at the very least, I saw that I have some tricks with like this and queen h8. So I knew that I could never lose the position, at least, even if I happen to make another blunder and overlook something, again. But luckily, it seems all the tactics seem to work for me in this situation. So, and and rook d4 and a4, and white's just winning now.
Alexander, would you like to add something to what happened?
Well, if you sick, you can't play. That's all I can say.
Yeah.
The problem with a closed tournament, you have to play even if you sick, and okay, then basically you forced to lose all your games, because anyway sooner or later you just your body will reject it to play. So,
no, I mean,
in that sense, maybe I should have just go for this queen against rook and knight. It was my only chance to make a draw properly, because okay, but the problem that before was objectively winning, and not so easy to go for the draw, but it was only chance taking in my conditions into the account. So because after that it was clear that I couldn't play at all.
Yeah. Thank you very much for your comments.